Hello, my name is Dan J. Fernandez. Today I'll be discussing workplace communication. In order for a workplace, in order for a work environment to succeed, the team needs to talk to each other, and each person needs to know their roles and responsibilities. The benefits of communication are collaboration between individuals, increased productivity, and an overall positive work environment. A positive work environment creates employee satisfaction, has a low turnover, and as stated earlier, if an employee is satisfied with an employer, then it can lead to an increased productivity, which will lead to increased revenue for the company. Open communication can also build trust within each other and can form relationships. These relationships can then form common goals to achieve something. One of the most important features of workplace communication is the ability to adjust to the person that is being spoken to, meaning that not everyone will communicate the same way. Some people might be interpret things differently. That skill is important because the speaker is being empathetic and knows how to direct the conversation. So you're able to see if the person is like, I guess you could say, engaged or um, I guess interested or not interested in the conversation, and then you could like direct or redirect the conversation another way. This is also known as emotional intelligence. Another communication quality is the understanding that a conversation will be received and delivered in different ways. It's important to, like stated earlier, it's important to adapt the conversation so that both parties can understand the message and both are interpreting the message the same way. Um, it's also important to know the type of culture. I guess in a way you're knowing same thing as knowing the audience to see how would you um, direct the conversation. I guess you can say. Also, so recognizing the audience is another strategy to use for workplace communication. The type of verbiage used will differ based on the hierarchy in the organizational chart. The type of communication when speaking to a higher authority, such as a boss, manager, or even director, will be more professional than talking to someone that is the same or similar rank. That conversation, when you're talking to someone in a similar rank or even below you, will be more casual and about less professional. Uh, Knowing how to communicate. Feedback is another strategy for effective workplace communication. The ability to provide constructive feedback. It isn't the easiest form of criticism, so some people may not take it the right way. And also, it's important to understand how to deliver the constructive criticism and to see the different strategies, especially as a managerial view, um, the managerial perspective, that you understand um, if the employee needs to They can take, I guess you could say, direct criticism, or they take indirect criticism, or just like other forms of. I guess I can give that feedback, and which one will suit them better. It also is, it especially isn't easy for either the speaker or the recipient. Therefore, as a recipient receiving feedback, it's important to keep an open mind about the feedback and not take it personal, because it's in your best interest to take that feedback and then grow from it, to grow and develop. And also, so as far as for workplace communication, it's important to how to handle it, especially now with technology, how to communicate versus like via email, for example, like how you would speak to another culture would be different versus, I guess, if you were to speak to an Eastern culture, you would kind of just how it goes. You would give like the background of the company, and then you thank them for coming out, and then you're requesting like what do you need from the company, something like that. Versus like Western culture, you would tell them like more direct, I guess, with the culture. Is how the culture is. You more direct of what the request is, or what the email is, or whatever the message is, basically. So that message is more direct with a Western culture versus Eastern culture, which is kind of indirect, I guess you could say. And then, especially with the so in workplace communication, it's important to make sure you're giving a clear message. Also, you don't want to be giving indirect messages, especially because you want to make sure that what you're saying to everyone is clear, and there's no confusion between the subject, what you're trying to say, and everything. I guess in conclusion, effective workplace communication isn't. It's a good skill to have, especially if you want the business to grow, because then you're able to communicate what you want, what you're trying to say, as well as other people are trying to say to you. So I guess you could say that workplace communication is what you need in a business for it to succeed. Thank you.